Hello, hello everyone. I hope to find you well. How are you doing today? Let me know if the sound is good, please. Say hi. It's good to be back, finally after some long time. Okay, so today we'll be playing with Mingle.js and making some code as well on the package. So this is the package I recently created so that we can use Livewire and bring some React or Vue component into a page in a very quick and easy way. So this is a basic demo that I would check, well, for the beginning, because I want to evolve this, so we can check this and it's enough. Okay, so for instance, in this Livewire page, we see a Livewire component, which is this one, and this does interact with the server, and this one doesn't. So we can check that by checking Network tab. So each time we are running this, fetch, we can see a new backend interaction. And this one is with Alpine. Hey Samuel, nice to see you. How's everything? I hope everything well. So if we check the React page, it means that we are visiting a page which has a React component, and it's going to the server just for the demo purposes. We can check the code, of course. It's using the wire to do the thing, but it's a server side. It's a React component getting server side. So what we can see is JavaScript, React counter. So this is the code that we see running. It's exactly this counter. So we see a message, some state that comes from the initial state, and this button is using the double. On click, it will use double current count, which uses wire. So that's why this double it and give it to the next person is hitting the API. So of course, I'm just showing you this in a high level. We will be installing and using to have a small demo. So basically the fundamentals is this thing illustrated here. So on a page, you might have a tiny or bigger portion of HTML, which is blade and or Livewire, right? And then you start another element which will be rendering your JavaScript component, one or multiple, of course. And then you can continue the page with Livewire. This is good to bring some third-party components, and it's good to make some complex logic that you might not want to keep doing in Livewire all the time, and that's my case at times. Okay, so let's go. Samuel saying, I'm glad, but I'm well, buddy. Glad to catch you online. Also, your audio has some echo. Oh no. Oh no. How can we fix this? Let me try. One, two, sound. Yeah, there should be like some stats or dashboard on the streaming software that would let me know. Let's see if it's better now. Okay, so I've actually started a template, but we can start from scratch. Okay, so let's have some fun with this. And then I need to make some changes on the code itself, and we will see. Okay, also I'll just add a small tweet. Okay. It's good, I've done it already, never mind. Let's just chill and code. Okay, so experiments. Yeah. Right. Okay. Hope you can read it well. Okay, so let's make a new application, Laravel new, showing Mingle. Let's use, well, we can install Livewire or nothing at all. Let's add Livewire with breeze. I'll choose whatever. If I would have to choose one, I would choose Vault class API. I tend to use the classic Livewire with the class in the VUE. Let's choose SQLite. Run default migrations, why not? Okay, done. So show Mingle, and let's edit the code. Here we are. And, well, let's start the server, and also maybe nothing. So maybe not here, but in Chrome for now. So here we are. And let's enable a user, right? Oh, it's already, so running migrate fresh seed. And you should now be able to test at example.com and password. Oh, test at example.com, password. Yeah. So if all goes well, this is a Livewire page, right? So resources, JS. Oh, sorry. Views and dashboard. So, oh, it is not, but we will make. Oh, so just the login. Okay. Okay, so let's go. And let's install Mingle. Let's go ahead and getting started. So we will composer require the package. Let me make on the bigger terminal. And from there, install. And for this demo, I'll use VUE. I'll install the VUE flavor. We can even, the current demo even has both on the same project, because why not? It's just JavaScript. Okay. So I do have some issue to fix on this install that will fail. I'm not sure, so just that I don't waste time here, let's go with manual instructions, and I'm just going to go and change this. So Okay, cool. So in vid.config.js, we're going to go import view and path, and this resolve key will allow to get the bundled JavaScript inside the composer package, and this will allow vid to compile view, and I guess that's it.
Hey Mitesh.
Oh, damn it. It's also getting echo sound from my mic. Wait. OBS does have something.
One, two, sound. Can you please double check? Please. I think now I got it. It's a new setup because since last time I clean installed or formatted the computer, so I need to get it all. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you, Mitesh. Okay, getting back. We should be able to now compile Vue, get the Mingle things, so we should be good to go. Yeah, thank you guys. You're the best. Okay, so now let's go ahead and create one Mingle and let's just follow without any further ado. We can make some options, but let's follow the interactive method. Oh yeah, Mitesh, it has been a while. Wild times, crazy, some personal stuff with new baby, so that's always life happening, but it's for a good reason, so it's good to be back. Okay, so let's go. PHP artisan, make Mingle, and we're gonna choose Vue, and let's make something like I don't know. What can we do? Shall we make a counter again? Yeah, I have to take some time and make something nice. Always making counters and to do apps. Man, I need to find a good use case. Oh, thank you, Mitesh. Okay, so Mingle offers to create everything in a JS file, like in the root of JS, or we can make on a subdirectory, or we can customize it. Typically, I like to have one folder for each component because typically if I'm going to mingle something, it's because I'll make something complex. So I will split this component over multiple files. So that's why. So if I now come to the Livewire folder, I do see a new counter class for a Livewire component, which is exactly equal to any Livewire component with one slightly difference, which is two slight differences. So there is no render method. There is a component method, and it points to resources JS counter. So if we go there, we will see that we have also two new files. So we can see the index file, which is what makes the connection between the component and the backend. So if we might want to add some extra configs, depending, for example, if you're using some UI libraries and so on, maybe we need to make some configuration here, but if it's straightforward, like we're doing now, for a simple case, let's jump, and we see that this component as the root component of counter, which comes from counter.vue. So we go there and we see our component. So let's first see it on the page. And Mitash is saying, how about create cafe menu and make small restaurant order system? Oh, that's quite nice. Yeah, I like the app. Oh, it's amazing. I'm sorry, it just has one small glitch. Okay, so I'm gonna give my 2 cents. I love it because it's complex enough to just not be a counter, right? One model or two models, and yeah, it's something really nice in terms of size and somewhat complex, but not much complex. Only thing is, it's not complex on the data structure. So how can I explain myself? Excalidraw. So where Mingle really shines is, for instance, let's say you have one table with some records, right? And if this would be like dishes on the menu, there will be multiple lines, of course, right? So when we would go to the browser, right? When we would add to the browser, like this would be like one-to-one in terms of, so each row, if we would be making a list, etc., it would be one-to-one. So also Livewire is a very good tool to solve this. So I don't see a reason to go immediately to Vue or React, you know. So what I think I think it really shines is, so Livewire is just fine, right? Where I do think it shines is where, for instance, we have a second table and each record, so let's make this on orange, for example. So let's say that each black record would be need to, after loading on the page, would need, or if it's eager loading, doesn't matter. If it has like two sub records, so nested data, extra points for a third table, right? I know I get these in my job, in my current workload, right? I just don't see what could be. I guess this is good to have and maybe to ask later. Say that, yeah. So for instance, let's say it like so, right? So each line, each row of the thing So you see, I hope I was clear in terms of, so let me make black dashed. So it's like each component, you know. So for example, in Livewire, let's make it like so, yeah. So there would be, and I like to make things, how can I explain it better? Very componentized way, not in for each, it's not an array of stuff. I like to think in components. So this would be like a list component, right? I'll even write this down because it will be easier for the future. So there is like a list component. So let's say a list of recipes or dishes like you suggested on the menu. So this would be a list component. And then let's say each item on the list is also a component. So let's use another color. It shouldn't be this. So maybe this will have another color. Oh boy. Never mind. Never mind. Let's just keep it like so. So list item. So I would like to find some example. One friend of mine suggested tennis games and results, and because I want something that everyone understands when I start speaking, right? If I bring some complex process from a real job, it might be hard to explain the business logic before. So if we could now have one component for an item that has subcomponents, and these subcomponents interact with the server, so this is where it starts to shine. It's hard to think immediately of something, but I think something will come up. Oh no, sorry. So this is the list of all. So this is the list of them all. I need to find colors, but I guess you know the picture. So this record from table 1 makes going down to another record, to the table 2, and then to table 3, and maybe there is a button, some buttons, some interactive stuff, right? Button, yeah, to do some interactions. So yeah, I would like to find a use case like so. Maybe with a, hey Joshua, welcome to the stream. Joshua saying, I've been waiting for this. Well, thank you so much. Okay, so yeah, if you can find an example, I would love to make the next demo like so. For now, we'll make something simpler. We'll just see it work. But this is my goal. It's to show where it shines, and it's to make a complex data structure like so. Because just to make a small list, Livewire is just fine. Yeah. So this is even wrong. Ah, damn it. It's here, exactly. Here, and then here, yeah. So here, exactly. Whoa, I hope I'm not being too crazy and everyone's following. I'm sure, yes, we're all developers, right? But if you have any question, just let me know. I will try to make this more clear. Okay, so yeah. So there is a list component. 5. Oh, black again. Okay. There's a list item component, which is this, and can be multiples. And let's just make, not to make the thing hard to follow, let's just make it, yeah. So there are multiples, and then there are nested data or items, right? And then nested item component. Nested data, nested item component, and so on, right? And then there is this, the bottom one, and then even crazier, more nested. Maybe multiple nesting, level nesting. Yeah. Let me just put the other letter. I don't know. Okay, I kind of like it. It's not so boring. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Chat, thank you for your patience. I think I now have a reasonable way of showing of where Mingle really shines, why I came up with this library, and this is useful to me. It's in these scenarios. If I have just one list and list item, and probably, I don't know. Okay, let's not make it harder to speak then, sorry. From scratch, if there is a list and a list item, so this can be a Livewire component, this can be multiples Livewire component, they can be reactive, they can have reactive props, all good. But then, when we started having nested data, one level, two levels down, and I have to split across multiple different components, yeah, that's it. Okay, so Mitesh is saying looks amazing. Samuel is following. Marcos Coelho, hello meu amigo, Happy New Year to you and your family. Hello Marcos, and Happy New Year to your family as well. All for you. I hope to find you well. Let's carry on. Back at live streaming, yay. Okay. So let's go. We should be wanting to see this on the screen. We were making this Laravel application. Yeah, so maybe that Mitesh idea with the restaurant cafe menu, maybe if it's ordering and we can see like multiple tables of the cafe, and then for each table we can go and make orders, how many products, maybe in separate bills or tabs. Like there is one table, but this one table has two groups. It will be two separate groups of two separate payments, right? So maybe it could be a good way. I also have the tennis championship standings and games calendar to think, but maybe I'm enjoying this coffee. It's kind of not just a list of products, but if we add some complexity with tables and bills, maybe we can get there. Okay, so in our dashboard, I want to find... Hello, is it there? Yes, it is. So I'll use Livewire. I typically like this notation because when there is some refactoring, the IDE knows how to find this. And when we use this notation, then it doesn't. I think this one's more beautiful. And even to pass data when the name is the same, we can do it like so, since Livewire v3. So that's beautiful. And here we would have to do like so. So this one is much more beautiful, but this one is much more functional. So I tend to go with this one. Okay, so if all goes well, we should be rendering counter. Let's see. And what happened? Did I forget to follow some step? For some time I don't install, so manual, let me just find. I did this. Oh, of course. I need to add the scripts so that these will be injected. So resources, views, layouts, up, and before Vite, here we go. And if all goes well, yeah, no errors, message in a bottle. So yeah, let me find if there is, no, just that. So it's these two small steps, like installing the Vite, configuring Vite to find the JavaScript library, and configuring Vite for Vue or for React as well if you do have it. And second, so those two steps, or two steps. And the third step would be to put this stack so that Mingle can inject code. And if you're using React, we also have to put this React specific directive so that everything works with a hot model replacement. Okay, so if all goes well, we should be seeing JavaScript on the page. Just we're commenting it out. So let's see. And there we go. We have built something great. So, what could we do? Let's build the small counter just in a small, just to make something work, right? So this is the counter. So people do tend to prefer script setup. I prefer the options API, but that's just, okay. Matter of taste. Closing the configuration. Okay, so let's start again. Livewire component, just a regular one. And there is no render method in the bottom. What we have is a component method, points at what component it will render. Then we have this special function, which is Mingle data, which is a convenient way of passing data in the beginning of the lifecycle. So when the page will render, server will render it's here, exactly, right? Yeah. So it will pass as props to the first div this data that is immediately available without any extra request to the server. So what you can do is, for example, let's say our users, it's going to be user all. So if all goes well, we can now use Mingle data, and we can make a v4 user in Mingle data dot users, and let's make it just like so, and we will we can vtext stringify user. So if all goes well, yay, we have it already. So let's just say user.name. So this can be an ordered list. This will become a list. And let's say user.name. Right? So test user. So if we were to create a user, artisan tinker, user, create. Yeah, it found the model. So name, Mingler, I don't know, email, email, test at mingle.js. Is this enough? Nope. Password. So password password equals to hash make 1, 2, 3. There we go. We have a new user. So if I were to refresh the page, we already have 2 users. So that's it. And on the first request, I mean on the initial render, we will render this data that we passed on Mingle data. That's it. Okay, cool. And now any method available we can have now. So for example, let's make a counter. Let's make our counter. Let's delete so that this is a boilerplate that we don't need. So message, okay, never mind. So let's make a counter equals ref0. Samuel saying impressive. Thank you, Samuel. I see you enjoy. We should import ref from VUE. I even prefer to make this like the other notation. So yeah, let's switch it in the end maybe. Okay, so ref equals 0. So let's make just a button. But this doesn't need to go to the server. So, oh damn it. Maybe let's create a user. Yeah, so let's go. I'll change the notation. I prefer options API, you know. So export default, and I'll tell you why. Because this is very scripty, yeah. And it's good at times when the thing is small, but when the thing becomes huge, I prefer the default options API because this object to me resembles like a class, which is awesome because doesn't matter what project, export default. What am I missing here? Oh, data, like so. So in data, I will have state. In methods, I will have methods, of course. I will have computed. So doesn't matter the author, right? Or any component, I know I can come and find things. So, and if you need script setup, like to use composition API, you can just have distributed logic in other components and add on the setup method. So that's what I prefer. So props, wire, and mingle. So let's use that. So props, wire, and mingle. Data, is it? Yeah, wire and mingle data. That's cool. Here we go. So let's make it was a counter, but now it's a user list. Okay, nice. We can now say something like so. On the created method, I will say that our users, because our props are immutable by default. So what I'll have is on created, these dot users will become mingle data dot users, and it will come with this. That's it. And it's not like so, it's like so, and I don't like semicolons. So how's a button that uses user factory to generate a user in the backend? Samuel is asking. Yeah, we can make that. Yeah, I was going to make the input for the name, but yeah, we can use exactly that. It will work just in local because we have to put the Faker library on the production composer. So what we can do now, we don't need computer, I would say. Let's just check if everything's working. And it is. So we can now have a button. Where's our, do we have a button on the, we have a danger button only? No, primary button as well. So, okay, we can make a user list, and below we can have a button with type. No. Class equals tadam, 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 like so. Let's keep it like so just for simplicity. I would abstract it, or maybe next time we can use. Oh, Samuel saying it's an old method, just a random thought for your earlier thought process. Oh, thank you, Samuel. Okay, so this button would create a user. That's it. And that's it. So we should be seeing it. There it is. Let's take this and put some margin above the thing. So how is this? We don't we have tailwind? We do. So, oh, we do need to also change something. So not only blade.php, that's how I like to make it. Let's also put JavaScript and VUE, so that I even make it like so that the content gets detected by the tailwind and generate. Okay, and use those classes. Okay, we're good to go. Create a user, the mingler. So user list, maybe it becomes a, I don't know, h1 class textlg font bold, is it? Okay, so this UL would have my2 v4. Oh, but this v4 would have in all. Okay. You know what's wrong here? It's the at least item, which is the v4. Yeah, exactly. So now we have this space north and south of the list, and we can make some, yeah, the users. So now we need to make an action, right? So methods, create user. So let's not even do anything. Let's just have a randomly created user just for the sake, but we can iterate. We have 15 minutes. Okay, so let's just say @click equals create user. So it will come and use this. So we just have to this.wire.create user, and that's it. We can give it some parameters, and we can, maybe let's do that. Some name for the new user, right? Let's then make an input, text input, there we go. Let's make an input, there we go. Not disable, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, class equals, blah, blah, blah. Nice. So this will, let's say vModel equals name. That's it. We should have a label. Oh, damn it. I'm wasting time with non-mandatory things, right? Okay. It will happen margin collapse. So yeah, or this could be even flex gap 4, something like so. Items center. Okay. Also py1 maybe? Oh no, py4 to 3. Is that the same as the input, right? Probably, yeah. Yeah, okay. So let's have a name, create the user. So you're guessing already. So this wire method, it will call a create a user method on the Livewire component. So we don't need to make anything. And typically this would trigger a re-render. So everything is not it's built so that it re-renders, it just stays the same, but we can explicitly mark as renderless, and maybe it's a micro optimization because it wouldn't do anything. Instead, what we do is we return a value, which typically we wouldn't, depending on the use case, of course. So when we return, we can do something with it. So we can do like data, and then we do stuff with data. Let me show you. This.wire.create user. Why are you complaining? Return null is no. I think you're good to go, right? So let me just say create user 3. Why saying I don't know what's happening here. Oh, sorry. Argument. It's in here. What are you saying? He's assuming this create user as create user. So on maybe just, yeah, some intelligence happening here. I don't know. Okay, so this will call create user on the backend. We see the squiggly line because there is none. We could make like wire.call, and then we would call create user if we don't like to see it. And I think the params come after. So yeah, I think like so it would also happen. I like it because it's, yeah, but I like this better, just if it wasn't for the squiggly line. So let's see. We'll see some data here. We will run create user with 4, and that will multiply the thing. So let's see. And I clicked, and what's happening? What? Refresh. I'm clicking and nothing. Why is that? Add click. Oh, I changed the method name. So on create user, yeah. So clicking, and there we go. 8 on the response. So what we can do is sending this name. So let's change stuff. You remember name is bound to the name. So the input text is bound to name. So we will use this.name. And we can make something with the data or not, right? What we do have here now is the name. So we can return name, just we will see it. So if we say something like, I don't know, Ayrton, I hope I'm not spelling wrong, Ayrton Senna. So there we go. So what we need to do is we could create the user. So user create, and the name would be name, the email would be, I don't know, just so for the sake of the demo, string random10@example.com. Okay, I like where this is going, just to be fast and representative. And now I want to also put password, which is hash make password. Okay, so we don't even need to return anything. I'll just create the user with a name, and I don't know, or maybe we can return it. And what we can do on the JavaScript end is here we'll have name. So, what am I doing? Yeah, so alert, name, user for was created. That's it. And now was created. What's happening? Yeah. So now I'm also making another method which is get users, which would update the users, right? So this dot wire dot get users, and then users we update, right? Or we could also await, and just to make it more clean, but then it would also lock the UI, so we're good to go. So we go to the wire, we get the users, and we update the list. So all we need to do is the method on the backend, like so, and return user get or all, right? So if all goes well, we'll see an alert, and we would update users. Update user list. So if all goes well, oh, and we should also clean the input. So, and this dot name equals clean. Ta-da! So let's make Senna user create. We see the alert, and then whoa, what happened? Name. Oh, whoop. Name was unresolvable. What did I? Oh, get users. Yes, I didn't provide name. This came from a copy paste, and you see the list updated. So let's just make another one. So Max Verstappen. Let's create a user. User for Max was created, and there we go. We see. Whoa. It was clean, but I don't see Max created. It wasn't updated. So what happens? This dot wire dot get users. No, user get should, right? Console.log users. What's going on? So if we refresh, let's remove this stupid alert, and we have 5 users, and our last is Oh, sorry. Meaning that this. Oh, it's not mingle.users. Oh, I'm so sorry. I need some water. My throat. Not on the best days. So we were using the initial data, which never changes. So of course, we should use users, which will be updated with the initial data on the first request. I mean, on the first render, no extra request, no request. And then we will update it later. So let's go and add Ruben Barrichello. And if we were to create, we see the alert. Ruben is there and the form is clean. So that's it. This is a way of using VUE inside a Livewire component, meaning that, yeah, so this small area is your JavaScript component, Vue or React, and all around is Livewire. So we can make all sorts of interconnections of state and events, and that will be for a next one. If you have any questions, now is the time. I'll be closing in a few. Oh, sorry, but I have to really close as my throat is not in the best taste. But I guess I don't see any questions, so I think I'll just finish for today. Yeah, guys, so thank you so much for watching, for joining and hanging out. It's always a pleasure. Thank you so much and see you on the next one. Ta-da!